I get a lot of police sources. They give me a lot of information. And being that they're saying Joe Lombardo refuses, as does Kevin McMahill, to let me interview them. And it's never going to happen, okay? But they said some questions for Joe Lombardo, according to these police sources, okay? Sheriff Lombardo, have you ever used the N-word when describing black people, okay? And I don't mean any disrespect by calling them African Americans. I don't believe in hyphenated, Italian Americans, Irish Americans, Afro Americans. We're all Americans. Some our skin color is dark, some are light. So white people, black people, Hispanic, whatever. That's what they wanted me to ask them. Ask Sheriff Lombardo. You're not going to go and get an answer, but if I was doing an interview, I would ask him this question, according to my sources. Have you ever used the N-word describing black people? Have you, and I never heard this term before, and I'm going to say now, have you ever used the term mudshock when referring to white women who date black men? Mudshock. I've never heard that, but that's what they told me to say. And the other thing is, while you were a field training officer, at any time, did you ever stop the car, tell your trainee, your recruit, to get behind the wheel, and then you got in the back seat of the cruiser where you had a prisoner of darker skin and tuned them up? And that's what they want me to tell you. That's what I'm asking. I'm asking that question. You want to answer these things? You can answer them to me, or you can answer them to your friends in the media out here in Las Vegas. In one of the podcasts, I think I mentioned that sources told me that Sheriff Lombardo is a bigot and a racist. And I mentioned that people have heard him many times use the N-word and describe and I said in that podcast, I never heard the word mudshock, which he calls white females who date black men, according to my sources. This is what they're telling me, people that know him, okay, over the years, and work with him, okay, that he's a racist. That's what they're telling me. So recently, I received this information, okay? Now, this is what they're telling me. Back in 2017, the Rio Hotel, All Suites Hotel and Casino here in Las Vegas, the security staff had taken Sheriff Lombardo's daughter, Morgan Lombardo, into custody for trying to rent a room with the fake Alabama driver's license with her boyfriend. Lombardo's daughter, when this happened, was accompanied by a black male adult who also had a fake driver's license. And that was the gentleman, that's her boyfriend. She's white, he's black. And according to what sources told me, it's, again, different sources here, commonly known that Sheriff Joe Lombardo is a racist specifically regarding African Americans. And then personnel have been in his presence when he has used the term nigger and mudshock, which is him describing a white female who's with a black male. Well, it's his daughter, a black boyfriend. Is that what he thinks of his daughter? But that's my opinion. But let's stick to what I was told. Sources said when this incident happened in 2017, a contact was made with Sheriff Lombardo, who responded to the Rio Hotel, angry that his daughter had been taken into custody by the security hotel staff. I was told that at the time, Morgan Lombardo was a college student in Colorado, and she came to Vegas with her boyfriend, or met up with him here because his boyfriend was black, and cops told me that he's like a nice guy. I don't know if she's still going out. Let me stick to what they're telling me before I start inserting stuff that I don't know about, okay? So she came to Vegas with a boyfriend and tried to rent the room. They tried to rent the room at the Rio Hotel, and both of them, I guess, had the counterfeit Alabama driver's licenses. Security, got involved because they went to the front desk and they knew there was. Anyway, let me stop going into the security stuff here. Apparently, Sheriff Lombardo was unaware his daughter was in town. She wanted to come to Vegas, from what I was told, without her father knowing because he disapproved of her, quote, black boyfriend. I was told that when Sheriff Lombardo arrived at the Rio Hotel, he was driving his unmarked police Ford Explorer department vehicle, and he had an odor of alcohol on his breath about his presence. And Sheriff Lombardo, from what I was told, was cussing at one of the police supervisors because he was upset about what was going on. Anyway, long story short, from what I was told, the Rio security explained that due to this being the sheriff's daughter, because she had informed the security officers of who her father was prior to the police arriving, and Rio security said they did not want to pursue any charges. So, and it's my understanding, what do I got over here? Captain, deputy chief, sergeant, and numerous officers were involved in this that night, and then other people knew about it later on. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. That's an update to what I mentioned in the other podcast.